One of the things I'm often challenged on are my thoughts about victimhood, victim mentality, being a victim. It's something that I feel quite strongly about, and something that I think I'm quite qualified to be able to talk about, in that I've been a victim of terminal cancer twice, and in that same time frame I've been a victim of an armed robbery where I was held up in my house. I've been a victim of many things in my life, and here I am. Many of us have been victims of circumstance, a disease, an awful ordeal of life, when life kicks you in the teeth, when life hands you a really rough deal. And I know that one of the most important things in that healing process, in the recovery process, in the fighting against the thing process, is to admit to yourself at some point in time that you are actually a victim. And there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. I am a victim. And I think it's important to acknowledge that this has happened, and I am actually a victim. That's part of the healing. But what's more important is what you do after that. I often used to sit when I was going through chemotherapy at the oncology center, and I'd watch cancer victims come through the entrance. And in the first 2-3 seconds, it was pretty easy to distinguish the cancer victims from the cancer survivors. Those that were a true victim of the disease and remained a victim of the disease. Capitulation occurs, and often it's understandable when the cancer gets to the part that it's ravaged you to that extent. Sometimes it's incredibly hard to still fight, to still do your utmost to survive. But you can spot the survivors a mile away. And let me make this clear, just being a cancer survivor doesn't mean that you survive cancer. But it does mean that you can prolong it. It does mean that your prognosis can be extended. It does mean that you have an attitude that is I'm not going to capitulate. I'm going to go out fighting. I'm going to do everything I possibly can, because my attitude towards this thing is one of, I am not a victim. Yes, I can't change what has happened. I can't change where I am. I can't change my circumstances. I can't change what's happened to me. I can't change what life has handed me. But I certainly can change my thoughts around it, my attitude towards it. That I can change. I'll never forget one day, it was the 6th week of radiation, and I was feeling absolutely hammered, and I was finding it really, really tough. And one of the things that kept me together were my weeks with my girls. I'm a single father from a divorce, and I have a full week with my girls. And during one of those weeks, it was my 6th week, and McKinnon, my eldest, needed something for school. And oh my goodness, now we've got to go peak out traffic, we've got to go to a shopping center and go and find this thing. And I tried incredibly hard to hide what I was going through, to not make it evident, to put in a brave face, and for what I was going through not to affect my girls as much as possible. Obviously impossible for them not to know or feel. And we got to an intersection, and Mac looked at me and she said, "Oh Dad, are you okay?" And I said, "Like, not feeling so great today. I'm just feeling really, really flat and low, and I'm tired." And she said, "Well, you okay?" And I said, I'm fine. We need to do this, and I'm good. I'm fine. And just like that, she piped up, "Well, Dad, nobody said it was going to be easy." And I whipped around and said, "Where on earth did that come from?" And she looked at me like these sort of big eyes, and I said, "Wow, where did that come from?" And she said, "Well, Dad, I don't know what to say." And that's just all I could think of to say. And it really struck me as that nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Nobody said life was going to be easy. And that's just one of the things we find out as we get older, that life, no guarantee, and life is not easy. And it's your attitude towards life, and it's not just a disease or something that you're a true victim of. What I've also noticed about life is those that have an innate victim mentality. People in life who believe that the world is out to get them, and people are out to get them, and people are negative about them, and those are very often the same people that remain victims when something happens where they are really a true victim of life. It's always a choice. It's always an attitude. It's how you control your thoughts. It's the only thing in life you truly have control over are your thoughts, and how you think about this thing determines your outcome. So I've got a tattoo here that says Amor Fati, which is Latin, and that's love your fate. You can't change it. And when you embrace that fate, and when you embrace what's happened, you understand, yes, that is my fate. I'm a victim of this thing. So what now? What am I going to do? And what comes next will determine the outcome. So this is me to you saying, wherever you are in your life, whatever you're fighting, whatever you're going through, you might be an actual victim of something, but that doesn't mean that you have to remain a victim. So if you like this video, please hit like, please follow me for more, and please share if you'd like to. Until next time, cheers.